The White House requesting Congress to approve almost $8 billion of funding for FEMA's recovery efforts, but the years of recovery ahead won't depend solely on the government. There are a lot of other nonprofit organizations like the Red Cross that are vowing to help the victims and to stick in this for the long haul. Red Cross spokesman Jonathan McNamara joins us now. Jonathan, what are you seeing there on the ground?
Well, this is absolutely an amazing facility here at the George R. Brown Convention Center. We still have about 2,000 individuals that are seeking shelter in this. And as you see behind me, behind the camera shot, there are actually individuals who are sorting clothes who have come in not only from across the Houston area, but from across the country. And all of us volunteers who are working incredibly long hours. I've just been amazingly inspired by the messages of support, whether it's financial donations, but also the groups that are coming here to this facility. I'm looking out, and there's local entertainment groups that are here on site that are trying to cheer up the kids. And this is a living example of Houston Strong, a community really coming together and a country coming together to support their neighbors during their time of need.
Kelly just did an interview with the mayor of Rockport, one of the communities that was hardest hit, and you could hear the emotion in his voice. You're being greeted, I'm sure, by people that have lost everything, that may not even know what their homes look like right now. And there they are in a shelter. There are tens of thousands of people still in shelters. How are you managing things logistically, getting those people what they need?
Well, we have over 2,600 Red Cross volunteers who are on the ground, and I want to be very clear, this is an entire community response and an entire country response. Our partners at the federal government, state and local levels, as well as faith-based groups. There are churches and college groups, other organizations that are on here on the ground working side by side with the American Red Cross, and it's an incredible effort. I came from Virginia. I left my kids at home to join us, and I know my story is not unique, and we did that because we have one goal in mind, to make sure that this community recovers. And I didn't come here to do anything other than give my absolute all for the people here in Texas, because they have come to Virginia when we've had disasters. I'm a New Yorker. After 9/11, I saw people pour in there, and this is my way of giving back, and I'm just grateful I can be a part of it.
Yeah, you know, the heart of a nation also wants to pour out. There are people that can't travel, but they want to do something to help. What can people all across the nation do to help?
Well, first off, you can make a financial contribution by visiting redcross.org. You can also text the word Harvey to 90999 to make a $10 donation. But also, the volunteers on the ground here are going to need to go home at some point. I know my wife's going to want me to come home. We need additional volunteers. Red Cross chapters across the country are going to be doing rolling trainings. So if you visit redcross.org, you can Google your local Red Cross office. We want to get you on our team. We're not even at the height of hurricane season yet, so we could have additional storms that we have to respond to. So if you join our team, we'll get you trained. We'll get you in our system, and we'll prepare you to be on the front lines responding to disasters either here in Texas or in your own communities, and we'd really appreciate that support.
You know, the Red Cross is so experienced in disaster relief, in helping with the healing after something like this, like a catastrophic natural disaster. When you're looking down the road at the weeks and the months ahead, how will people's stories go? The folks that are sitting there in that shelter right now, what's next?
Well, it'll be an individual case-by-case basis. Obviously, some people will leave the shelter and find, fortunately, that their homes did not receive significant damage. Others will seek shelter with their family members and other relatives. But then there will be some that will have longer-term challenges, and that's why we're committed, working in lockstep with our partners, to work with each individual to identify the resources that are available. We'll be going out into communities with our mobile response vehicles, providing cleanup kits, rakes, shovels, gloves, the things that you would need to be able to clean up your house after a flood. And then we'll work with our corporate partners. We've been absolutely amazed by our corporate donations who have come in, companies like Virginia, like CarMax and Dominion Energy, who are helping us in this effort. We have McDonald's and Kroger on site, and I have a feeling that all of us are going to be engaged in this for the months and potentially years to come. So those citizens who are dealing with a tough time right now, they can know that we're going to be here, we're going to have their backs, and we're going to get through this together.
You know, there are trucks being filled all across the nation, in cities and all across California and as far away as Boston, where people are running and they're putting their goods, and those trucks are traveling down, and logistically you're making sure they get to where they need to be. But what about those monetary donations that people are making? If they give, where does that money go?
Well, I would actually encourage your viewers to visit our Red Cross Facebook page. Our Twitter accounts are redcross.org, because our CEO, Gail McGovern, put out a very detailed video yesterday detailing exactly how we're spending the money. We're leading with transparency. That's why we're doing interviews just like this, so that your viewers have an opportunity to see exactly how the Red Cross is being put into action. What's happening behind me is only possible because of your donations. We have to get our people on site. That takes gas, it takes resources, the materials and the supplies enough to shelter 70,000 people. That's because of the generosity of everyday Americans who work hard for their money, and they deserve transparency. And redcross.org, hopefully you'll find all the information related to that, and we'll be having additional information over the days and weeks to come that will make your viewers know that they can feel confident in their gift to the Red Cross.
All right, Jonathan McNamara, thank you.